The New Deal was so unsuccessful. I lost everything, and now I don't know what to do. I'm lucky to be alive.
Shut up, idiot. The New Deal was very successful.
Stop talking reckless before I have to come over there.
Actually, the New Deal was very successful for a few reasons.
I don't know any way the New Deal could be successful. Why don't you tell me?
I was employed by the CCC, the Civil Conservation Corps. It's a program enacted by Congress to bring relief to young men between the ages of 18 and 25. The CCC was run in a semi-military style and enrolled jobless young men in work camps across the country for about $30 per month. During their time in the CCC, they participated in a variety of conservation projects such as planting trees to combat soil erosion and maintain national forests, eliminating stream pollution, creating fish, game, and bird sanctuaries, and conserving coal, petroleum, gas, sodium, and helium deposits.
But I thought it failed in the end. How is it still successful?
Yes, you are right. But another program called the Civil Works Administration was a relief program that gave jobs to many unemployed people. It was created in November 1933 and abandoned only a few months later in the spring of 1934. Roosevelt and his key officials, however, continued to favor unemployment programs based on work relief rather than welfare, although it still did help many people get back on their feet like me and did more good than harm. The New Deal also helped out many African Americans. Beginning in 1929, the St. Louis Urban League launched a national Jobs for Negroes movement, boycotting chain stores that held mostly black customers but only hired white employees. Efforts to unify black organizations of youth groups later fed funding of the National Negro Congress in 1936 and the Southern Negro Youth Congress in 1937. The Congress of Industrial Organizations, the CIO, established in the mid-1930s, organized large numbers of black workers in the labor unions for the first time.
Whatever. Why does it even matter to me? It didn't benefit me at all. I was a farmer, and my crops failed, and there was nothing I could do about it. They didn't even help me. I left my farm looking for work, and now I'm homeless because of it.
Actually, there was a program called the AAA, but you were just too idiotic to figure it out. The program helped out farmers.
What? I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Congress passed the Agricultural Adjustment Act, the AAA, to provide economic relief to farmers. The AAA had a core to plan to raise crop prices by paying farmers a subsidy to compensate for voluntary cutbacks in production. The funds for the payments would be generated by a tax level on industries that process crops. Although, the AAA ended up backfiring and caused what was known as the Dust Bowl. However, it still did more harm than good.
Wow. Thanks for the information. I'll look into different programs and see which benefit me best.
Hello class, today we'll be talking about how FDR didn't know what to do, therefore he decided he wanted to be a laissez-faire leader like the former president.
Well, actually, FDR was not a laissez-faire president at all. In fact, he put numerous acts in place to give him more power and control over the banks and to keep it regulated.
I bet you can't even name one of them.
In fact, I can. One of the most prominent ones was the Emergency Banking Act of 1933.
And that really gave him more power.
Yes, and the first title even proves it. Title I explained presidential authority during the banking crisis, including retroactive approval of banking holiday and regulation of all the banking functions, including any transaction in foreign exchange, transfers of credit between or payments by banking institutions as defined by the president, and export, boarding, or melting of gold and silver coins.
Fine, since you're already teaching a class, you might as well continue, if you can.
Of course I can, because I know you can't.
Fine, then go ahead.
In addition to the Emergency Banking Act, there were also the Glass-Steagall Act and the Federal Relief Act.
How about the Glass-Steagall Act?
Basically, commercial banks, which took in deposits and made loans, were no longer allowed to underwrite or deal in securities, while investment banks, which underwrote and dealt in securities, were no longer allowed to write loans. There is a close connection to commercial banks, such as overlapping dictatorships or common ownerships.
And how about the FRA?
On May 12, 1933, the United States Congress created the Federal Emergency Relief Act. This organization's purpose was initially to distribute $500 million in federal funds to state agencies. These funds were grants, not loans. Thus, the state government did not have to pay the FRA back. Eventually, it distributed billions of dollars to the states.
Okay, we've had enough learning for the day.
Hey man, what's going on? Just enjoying my coffee. And you?
You know, just relaxing, enjoying the coffee too. The fire feels great with the blizzard outside.
Yeah, you're right.
I was having a discussion with my friend earlier about the New Deal and was wondering what your opinion on the New Deal was.
Okay. I think it was unsuccessful. There's reasons why it should be, though.
I think the opposite. There are many reasons why it was moderately successful, but including recovery.
Explain more.
Well, for starters, the NRA was a big reason. On June 16, 1963, the act established the National Recovery Administration, which supervised fair trade codes and guaranteed laborers a right to collective bargaining. The National Industrial Recovery Act, the NIRA, was enacted by Congress in June 1933. It was one of the measures by which President Franklin D. Roosevelt sought to assist the nation's economic recovery during the Great Depression. The passage of the NIRA enforced an alliance of industries. Employers were given the right to organize and bargain collectively and cannot be required, as a condition of employment, to join or refrain from the joining of a labor organization.
But that's your only reason, isn't it?
Not quite. The Federal Housing Act, too. The FHA was part of Franklin Delano Roosevelt's New Deal. The Federal Housing Administration was to ensure mortgages of lower-income Americans, helping these people acquire financing through private banks and other financial institutions. It also provided loans to local governments to build public housing complexes for lower-income residents.
Anything else?
Yup. Created by the National Industrial Recovery Act on June 16, 1933, the Public Works Administration, the PWA, budgeted several billion dollars to be spent on the construction of public works as a means of providing employment, stabilizing purchase power, and improving public welfare, and contributing to the revival of the American industry. Between July 1933 and March 1939, the PWA funded the construction of more than 34,000 projects, including airports, electricity generating dams, and aircraft carriers.
Wow, you're completely right. I was a fool for thinking that you were wrong. And the New Deal was unsuccessful.
I'm glad. It's good that you have this opinion now. I'm glad I could change your mind.